construction. My understanding that's going to be a large number of beds. I can't give you the exact figure because I've not been involved in the design of it. But it yes, operates all of the major medical specialities. It has state-of-the-art imaging facilities, and it's the result of a collaboration between the Dominican government and the Chinese government.
Who heads it? Who heads the hospital?
The government are in the process of. The hospital is in Roseau, which is about 20 kilometers south of here.
Sir?
Well, the hospital operates under the auspices of the Ministry of Health. And actually, at the moment, there is an acting director who is about to be replaced by a new CEO for the hospital. But the name of that individual hasn't been released yet. That's a matter for the government.
Sir, is there any provision for scholarship for meritorious students?
Scholarships?
For meritorious students, I mean. Sir, do you hear me?
Will be rewarded for their success.
Is there any provision?
The exact nature of the reward? Provision for what?
Sir, can I have a look? Can I have a look of the university through this medium?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Is there anybody who can show me some pictures of lecture hall or other university campus? Is there any?
Yeah, we can do that now.
Sir?
I can do that for you now.
Because many people asked me to go to Dominica first. Then they are ready to send their children to Dominica. Now, Rohit sir, I talked to Rohit sir yesterday. He told me that you will be shown in the video the main campus.
Yep.
Acha sir, what is the strength of our library?
What is the what?
Library, how many books are there and whether there are latest journals available?
Yeah, I'm really having great difficulty in hearing what you're saying, I'm afraid. Can you repeat that more slowly?
Acha, is the chief librarian is there?
Is what there?
Who is controlling the library? Chief librarian is available.
Librarian?
Chief librarian.
The chief librarian?
Yes.
At the moment, that's a local employee.
Acha.
Carlin
Yes.
Roll. Now, do you want me to show you some views of the campus and the classrooms and things like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, we'll begin, and I'll try and share my camera.
Okay.
How do I do that?
Acha, sir, one thing, sir, is
What?
controller of examination there in the university?
Not at the moment, because all the teaching is being done online, but we will be having a director of assessment on campus.
Sir.
So I think there's a problem with Zoom because I can't. Can you share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm unable to on my phone. So you have to be able to put my camera on to share.
Okay, sir.
And okay, so can you see what I'm seeing?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, so we're on the first floor now of what is the main administration and academic department building.
Yes, sir.
Those are the main administration offices across there, which is where I work. And this other half of the building houses some of the academic departments which are normally teaching. Now, the campus sits on the main road which connects Portsmouth to the capital, Roseau, in a place called Picard. So it sits here on this main road. That is a mixed residential and commercial area. You can see over there a small cafe. There are stores in the area, also in that direction. And you'll see a number of apartment buildings here on the front of the road and some further up on the hill. We have which is very secure and is students worry about getting from there every day. It's a very short walk, and there's a lot of security. So what you see in that direction are the mountains of the Northern Reserve Park. Now at the back of this administration building, and you see the rest of the campus sits to the north of this building. Now what you're seeing over there is both the Northern Reserve Park and Prince Rupert Bay. The campus is right on the seaside of the Caribbean Sea, and that's called Prince Rupert Bay. Now all of these roofs that you see in shot now are all various different buildings that comprise the campus. The campus was built for Ross University previously, which left Dominica in 2019 following Hurricane Maria. So we're coming around the corner of this administration building. We're going to go down some stairs and you'll see the internal grounds of the campus. There's quite a lot of extraneous noise going on because there's a lot of air conditioning equipment operating in this general area, so you'll have to excuse the background noise. But we'll come down and this brings us into the central part of the campus. And we're going to go into one of the large classrooms now. I hope you can all still see. This is a classroom which is immediately underneath where I just was. So this is what we call the main classroom on campus. What you can see here is a classroom which seats between 300 and 400 students when it's full.
Nice.
The important point to point out about this classroom is that it's equipped with state-of-the-art audiovisual equipment. So the screen there is projected from the back by what's called a true color projector. Those are the best projectors in the world. So you get absolutely high fidelity color.
Fine.
You'll notice that there are a variety of monitors hanging from the ceilings, and that's so that the slides which are being used by the lecturer, who is standing down at the front, is repeated around the classroom. So students, wherever they're sitting, can get a very clear view of what's being projected. Each row of benches, as you can see, is equipped with microphones so that the classes can be as interactive as the faculty member or the students desire. And the seating here is made so that it rotates in different directions. And that means that you can actually work in small groups, even in a lecture theatre setting. The classrooms are also equipped with printers. There are a group of them there. They're just being sorted out in readiness so that students can print materials if they wish of learning materials and other materials. So we have two other classrooms which are a very similar specification to that one on campus, and there's another couple in a different area. So now we're in the central grounds part of the campus, and here is the building looking up where we just were upstairs.
Yes, sir.
And this is the central quadrangle you see towards the sea. So it's a very pleasant, quiet campus to be on. And what you see in front of you here is where we're going to spend the most of this tour, which is what's called the Student Centre. And this was
hostel, sir. What is this? Hello, sir. Is this a hostel?
It's what?
This is a hostel?
This is the student center.
Acha, student center.
No, not a hostel, no.
Okay.
No. I'm not going to be able to show you any accommodation because it's the various apartment blocks that we're considering to put students in. This is more a hub of campus type building, which is used for study, learning, and other activities. And we're just coming in here now. I'll take you through to the reception area first before we explore any further. The front desk of the university is in this building, just here. And we have one of our dedicated security staff who's here to guarantee the safety and security. This is the main foyer area of this building. And outside, you can see the main road that I was pointing to earlier. So we'll just go back inside the building now and we can explore some of the other features of it. What you'll notice is that there's a lot of very open plan spacing. It's a little bit like an airport lounge in some respects, but it's fully air conditioned, very comfortable building to work in. And it has 3 floors. This floor, which is the reception area, and a food court that we'll see in a second.
What is the
we're coming up now
block?
to the second floor, second level.
Administration block.
What is what?
Administrative block is...
yeah.
Where is administrative block?
Yeah, the administration block was where we started, that building that we started in.
Okay, okay.
And there is also some student administration offices in this building. So this is the second floor. You can see it's very open plan. There's lots of space for study in a relaxed setting. Yes. There's a nice terrace here on the second floor. So students can, when students come to campus, this will be fully furnished with tables and chairs. So yes, students who want to can stay outside, but still be sheltered. And this is the library.
It's the library.
Now, the library is in a state of, yeah, there's a very good collection of hard copy books here in most of the normal basic sciences and clinical sciences required. And there's a lot of digital resource as well, which is available. This area here is going to be furnished for individual quiet study. Yeah, it's a large room and will probably hold 50 or 60 students in single seat carrels. And this will be silent study. So for students who really just want to isolate themselves from everything else and just do nothing, you know, study very quietly, this space is one of the spaces that allows that. As we come out, we move through. These are typical faculty type offices and small meeting spaces. We'll see some more of those in a little while. Here is a typical faculty office. So students can come talk to faculty in private or in small groups. This comes back out into the lounge area that we saw initially. Again, there's a lot of open space. A lot of the furniture is still in a state of arrangement and reassembly. And that's because when Ross University left, they left a lot of it, they moved a lot of it out into other buildings. And we come in here, we have a computer lab. And as you can see, this is equipped with about 20 Windows type workstations. These are diskless computers so that students can access the internet. They can plug their laptop in and use it as a second monitor if they wish. But again, it's a quiet digital study area. There's a network printer at the end there that students can print things out on. Now, come out of here, and we're going to see two rooms, which are probably a little bit dark at the moment, but the lights come on in response to motion. So if I wave my arm in the room, the lights come on. And this is a study area that we've equipped with what are called Harveys. A Harvey is a mannequin which is computer controlled and has a heart, which is electronically controlled in its chest. And students use radio-operated stethoscopes so that they can listen for the normal heart sounds, and the teacher can program into the Harvey various types of abnormality. And you can see a chart on the wall there, which is a guide to some of these abnormalities. So this is a practical that all students do very extensively to learn what is a normal heart sound and what is an abnormal heart sound, and equate those sounds to the defect that's actually in the heart. Here's another small mannequin, which is used for airway management practice. So you can intubate this mannequin, do artificial ventilation, CPR, and there are other mannequins for neonates. And this is just a small room equipped for a small class, but there are 12, 15 other Harveys in different locations. Now that's Harvey. And in this room, we have what's called a Lederal SimMan 3G. Now this is a mannequin which is anatomically and functionally correct. It's a computer-controlled mannequin and is used as a simulation for various types of medical situation, including cardiac arrest, renal failure, etc. So you can't appreciate it really on the camera, but everything is very lifelike. You can take pulses, you can take blood samples from the mannequin, you can infuse solutions and administer drugs. So the whole thing is run by a computer, and there are a bank of different simulations which students are exposed to as they would be in the clinic under the supervision of a medically qualified teacher. They have to make decisions based on what the patient responds to. These mannequins can talk to some extent. Their eyes move, they cough,
Hello?
Make all sorts of funny noises. Yeah.
Sir?
Hello.
Hello?
So this is one of these simulations, and you can see the whole thing is equipped effectively like a hospital ER room. And students in groups of 6 or so come to these mannequins and perform a variety of different program classes. Now, this is just one that's set up in a small room. We have 12 others of these simulators, which will be ready for students in January. So we're coming out of that area and proceeding back to the main open area on level 2. And we're going to go up to the 3rd level now, which shows to better effect some of the rooms that are available for group study. As we ascend the staircase to the top, we also have an elevator in the building as well. So students who find stairs difficult can avail themselves of an elevator. This level is equipped with about 13 study classrooms, which we'll see in a second, and a variety of rooms like this one, which are called multi-purpose rooms. And in this space, 10 or even 12 students can gather with a tutor, work through material. They can connect to the internet. They've got whiteboards. So they're designed for small group, so-called noisy study, because it's all about interactivity. And this area consists of a variety of faculty offices, which consist of an office and a classroom space. But again, you can see it's very open in its aspect. It's light, it's airy, it's very comfortable. Okay, so those are the main features of the student centre. It's not all about learning and teaching. If we go back down to the 1st floor, you'll see that there's adequate space for students to relax. You can probably get a feel from what you've seen that it's a very open and relaxed layout building. So students can sit around, study in whatever way they like, or just relax. And downstairs on the ground floor, there is a food court, which I'll just show you briefly. Come down the stairs again. And we're back in this ground floor area. I'm just going to walk through what's called the breezeway in the food court area. Now, this again is a combined area for studies. So this outlets around which actually provide digital signage. So anything about events or even cable news can be projected on these monitors. A very space. This one called the Orchard, another one called Dee's, and another one which is currently unnamed. They'll be selling various types of food and beverage, and there are ice, cold water machines, a coffee maker, a big refrigerator, and microwaves for students who want to heat their own food. So that's really, in a nutshell, the student centre. And there are other buildings on campus, but most of those buildings will not be being used in January, but we can talk about those. Okay, so we're back out in the main area again now. So do you have any other questions or anything else you'd like to ask?
Sir, hello.
You're going, Mr. Veeray. You have any more questions?
Hello.
Yes, sir. I want to repeat one question.
Yeah, go on.
Anything else?
As I said earlier, what will be the curriculum methodology of our university adopted? It is European, or it is
the curriculum?
Yes, sir.
The curriculum that's beginning now and will continue for a while at least has been designed by academics in India. So it mirrors exactly the curriculum that most Indian schools follow.
Okay.
Now, as the dean of the school, it's my responsibility to make sure the school maintains its reputation and its quality of output. So,
Achha, sir, one more question.
Go on, go on.
Sir, after completing graduation from our university, Dominica Medical University, if an Indian student fails to clear the FMGE examination in India, can our university help him in getting employment overseas?
Mr. That is not a question for the dean. That is a question for us to answer.
Okay.
It is not that is not a question for the dean. Dean is not. The university would put in all its efforts to provide employment to all its students.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
I mean, the dean would not be in a position to answer that question for you.
Okay. Nee, this question was put to me by some parent yesterday. If a student fails, how can you? We will do all possible help to help him. There is no doubt about it.
If he wants to continue in the Caribbean, and he'll be, once he has cleared our university, he'll be entitled to work in anywhere in the Caribbean.
Yes, sir.
Under the CARICOM thing. He can go and work in anywhere around the world. So that shouldn't be a problem at all.
He said, is there any provision for scholarship for meritorious students?
Mr. Chawla can answer that.
Let me answer that question. Mr. Veeray, you've got to understand this. This is not an academic question. It's a financial question.
No, this is not financial question, sir. Scholarship is the provision of the dean or the VC who can decide.
I think you're conflating two different things.
No, sir. Actually, this is a question put to me by a parent who is himself a doctor in GMC.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Now, at the moment, we're actually in the process of considering what sort of scholarships to offer.
Yes, sir.
But the details of
It
those
is only for
scholarships.
meritorious student.
Yeah.
It's
So
not for everybody.
yeah, so that's something that
Yes,
we'll
sir.
begin to consider as teaching unfolds. There are a variety of ways of recognizing academic excellence, not all of them
Yes,
financial.
sir.
So we'll develop something in the coming months.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anything else, Mr. Veeray?